Missed your Wisteria Bonsai bloom? It's all about when and how you prune, and most people get it wrong. In this video, I show you the plant that actually works, starting right now in spring. I have two Wisteria Bonsai. This one hasn't bloomed in 2 years, while this one finally bloomed this spring. I didn't know why, but I wondered if it's all about pruning. So I did some research, books, videos, but the advice was all over the place. That's when I decided to take a more scientific approach to how flower buds form and develop. And I think I've finally found a solid strategy that works, and I'm excited to share it with you today. Here's what I found from the scientific study. And don't worry, I'll keep it simple. Wisteria flower buds start forming about a month after blooming, usually from late June to mid-July. They begin inside the side buds along new shoots that grow right after flowering. And here's something I didn't expect. All of those side buds actually start out as leaf buds, but later some of them turn into flower buds. So, which ones actually become flowers? If a branch bloomed but didn't produce any seeds, the buds there almost always become flower buds. And even if a shoot didn't flower, it can still form flower buds as long as it stopped growing early. But if a branch bore seeds kept growing, was too weak, it usually doesn't form any flower buds at all. And whether we get those buds or not really depends on what we do before midsummer, especially how and when we prune. So, it's really important to have a clear plan for what to do after flowering, and that's exactly what I'll talk about in the next section. There are 4 key stages in the Wisteria pruning cycle. Post-flowering, first summer pruning, second summer pruning, and winter pruning. Now, take a close look under the flower clusters. You see some tiny leaves and small buds starting to form. These are really important because those buds on these short shoots have potential to become next year's flower buds. Once the flowers fade like this one, it's time to act quick. Cut off the spent flowers as soon as blooming ends. But don't remove the short leafy shoot. That's where next year's buds will grow. One of the biggest mistakes you can make is letting Wisteria produce seeds. If your tree puts energy into seeds, it won't put energy into flower buds. So, always remove spent flowers before developing any seeds. For my Wisteria bonsai, I'm planning to be selective this year, meaning I'm going to remove a few short shoots intentionally. Why? Because letting the tree overbloom can actually weaken it, especially in bonsai. For the tree or branches that didn't flower this year, don't do anything yet. Now, after flowering, long vines start to shoot out. Don't prune them just yet. If they start to wrap around things, simply coil them and tie the end to keep them from climbing up. That helps keep the energy in check. But here's the thing. Even with perfect pruning, a few small details can make or break your bloom. If you find this video helpful, be sure to subscribe to my newsletter. It's packed with useful tips, seasonal guides, and behind-the-scenes contents. Link in the description below. If you want your Wisteria bonsai to bloom, you can't ignore these other key factors, especially right after flowering when buds are just starting to form. The key factors are water, fertilizer, and sunlight. Wisteria loves water, so don't let the soil dry out completely, especially while flower buds are forming. Even a few hours of dryness can kill developing buds, so always keep the soil moist. Wisteria needs plenty of fertilizer, but only the right kind and at the right time. Start feeding after flowering around May when new shoots begin to grow. Then slow down feeding around mid-July once flower buds have likely formed. Also, Wisteria is part of the bean family. It can make its own nitrogen. So, use a low nitrogen fertilizer with more phosphorus and potassium to encourage blooming. Wisteria is a full sun tree all day, every day. Light directly affects flower bud formation. So, place your tree under the sun. This video is just the first part of the seasonal series I'm making on Wisteria bonsai care. In summer, I'll show you the first and second pruning, and in winter, the final pruning. I'll also share results from the experiment I'm planning to run. So, if you want your Wisteria bonsai to bloom, don't forget to check them out. Thank you always for watching and see you in the next video.